Top news. Larry David takes swipe at Bill Maher over Trump visit. Larry David has skewered Bill Maher's recent White House visit with a satirical essay for the New York Times titled, My Dinner with Adolf. While the Curb Your Enthusiasm star never mentioned Maher by name, the article came just days after the Real-Time host gushed about his meeting with President Donald Trump at the White House. On the April 12th episode of Real-Time, Maher said Trump was a gracious host and much more self-aware than he lets on. He went on to say, everything I've ever not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent, at least on this night with this guy. This praise came after years of negative comments back and forth between the HBO star and the former Apprentice host. Trump has frequently slammed Maher's show and referred to the comedian as a lowlife. David spoofed Maher's White House visit, penning a fictional account of a meeting with Adolf Hitler. I had been a vocal critic of his on the radio from the beginning, pretty much predicting everything he was going to do on the road to dictatorship, the Seinfeld co-creator wrote. But eventually I concluded that hate gets us nowhere. I knew I couldn't change his views, but we need to talk to the other side. Even if it has invaded and annexed other countries and committed unspeakable crimes against humanity, he went on. Bill Maher defends praising Trump after dinner meeting. Related. Bill Maher defends praising Trump after dinner meeting. David continued, I joked that I was surprised to see him in a tan suit because if he wore that out, it would be perceived as un-Führer-like. That amused him to no end, and I realized I'd never seen him laugh before. Suddenly he seemed so human. Here I was prepared to meet Hitler, the one I'd seen and heard, the public Hitler. But this private Hitler was a completely different animal. And oddly enough, this one seemed more authentic, like this was the real Hitler. The whole thing had my head spinning, he added. New York Times deputy opinion editor Patrick Healy commented on David's essay in a companion piece, writing, Larry listened to Bill Maher talk about his recent dinner with Trump. Bill, a comedian Larry respects, said in a monologue on his Max show that he found the president to be gracious and measured compared with the man who attacks him on Truth Social. Larry's piece is not equating Trump with Hitler. It is about seeing people for who they really are and not losing sight of that.